Hi everybody, it's Becky. This is a video response to Jen. She made a video on the Back to Basics Weight Loss Surgery channel. Her personal channel is candj1977, and I just got done working out and I have no makeup on and I look like crap, and I'm obviously in my garage just for some privacy because I hate it when people come in the middle when I'm trying to make a video. And this was kind of, personal talk, so that's why I'm making this video now. And I didn't want to wait. I wanted to make it now because I just didn't feel like a comment was good enough. Jen, you're not alone. The things you have experienced have been big, profound. You have had profound grief. You've lost your mom, you've lost your dad, and you've had cervical cancer. You are trying to make a marriage work and be a mother. How much do you think one person can handle? When you took the time to take care of your dad, that was very admirable and beautiful. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because you know what? People can only do so much at one time. We're expected to be super moms, superhumans, being able to work a full-time job, take care of kids, be a great wife, and then be all sexy on top of it, right? I mean, it doesn't work that way. We're human. There's only so much we can do at once. There's been so many times in my life where I am just spent because I gave all of my energy and love away and I had nothing left for me. And then people always want more, and I would break because I didn't have any more to give. I lost my sister when she was 25 and I was 20. And that was very devastating, and that's been over 20 years now, and I still cry when I talk about it just as if it was yesterday. Grief is a huge, painful hole in your life that never ever goes away. But we can learn how to accept, learn from the experience, and take the lessons from it that we need to take, but we don't want it to keep us from living our lives. The people that die in our lives would not want us to give up our life for them. They would want, your mom and dad would want you to be happy and want you to live your life and experience love and passion and joy. So what happened with my sister, she was older than me and we had a rough life, but she had weight loss surgery when she was 16. She had gastric bypass. My mom had to have approval from the doctors, and I don't know where she had to do. She had to fight to get my sister that surgery because she was already close to 300 pounds when she was 16. So she had weight loss surgery, and my poor sister went through so much. She lost a lot of weight, but then gained it all back because she didn't have the tools. She didn't have any kind of support group like we do to know how to keep the weight off. So she did all kinds of things. She had her jaw wired shut at one point, so all she could eat was liquids. I mean, I watched my poor sister put her body through so much. But she died suddenly in her sleep from a blood clot in her brain that burst. And the autopsy also showed that she had lymphoma and that her organs were already dying and she was very ill. And it was a blessing that she died in her sleep because she would have had to face chemotherapy and all kinds of things and probably not make it anyway because her cancer was so far advanced. But I had a lot of guilt, and there's a lot of details to that story for a lot of years that I wasn't there. And I know my sister loved me and I loved her. And, I have a lot of grief when it comes to that, the details that haunt me. Like, her autopsy said that she was obese and she weighed 180. And I know she had weighed almost 300 at one point, so 180 and to be still considered obese, that hurt, And she had, I went to the viewing and I saw her body laying there, and I it was very clear to me that her body was not her. Her body was just a place she stayed for a while she was here on Earth. That wasn't really her. I'm making a video. Sorry, I'll be in a second. Okay.
Why did you make it on
The voice isn't catching up with the video. It was irritating. It's like lagging now. So I tried 3 times, and then I came out here so that I could, like...
Sorry.
It's okay. Sorry about that. I tried to make this video 4 times in the Mac. For some reason, the voice is like 3 minutes behind the video, and I came in here to get privacy, and my husband found me. So I'm sorry for that interruption, but... my point is that my sister struggled with her body and her body image, and she hated her body, but you know what? That wasn't her. And she still comes around. She's still part of my life, and she still loves me. And all I have to do is ask for her, and she's here. You know, I even have some pictures of her showing herself. I know this is crazy, and some people might think it's crazy and not believe in this stuff, but just because a person passes on doesn't mean they're gone. I really believe that, Jen. Your mom and your dad are watching over you, and I can guarantee you they do not want you to stop living because of the grief that they're not here. And they want you to experience love, and they want you to experience passion, and they want you to love yourself. And you've come such a long way. You are so beautiful, and you are so fit. Stop being so hard on yourself about your body. No, I've got these arms that I hate. I've got, issues. But you know what? My husband doesn't see that. He sees me, and he loves me. And I'm sure your husband feels the same way about you. He is not criticizing your body. You are. And don't do it. You've come way too far to let that get to you. It is so much better to have a few body image issues after losing weight than to have an extra 100 pounds on our body, right? I mean, that is so much better. My advice to you, I was in a marriage before the one I'm in now for 10 years, and I could not. That's why I got up to 300 pounds, because I was so unhappy. I had no attraction to my husband. At the end, I didn't love him anymore. And if he tried to kiss or hug me, I didn't want to have anything to do with it. I didn't want to have anything to do with sex. I even went to the doctor and asked them if there was something wrong with my hormones, because I was afraid that, physically something was wrong with me, and they tested me for everything, and I was fine. So it wasn't me. I didn't love him anymore. And so I gave up on sex, and I thought, well, I can stay with him for our daughter's sake, but as long as he just doesn't touch me, and, then I'd be fine. I'd just have my own bedroom. Then I'd be fine. But, of course, he wouldn't agree to that. He wanted sex. He wanted, of course. But I knew that it wasn't fair to him, and it wasn't fair to me. Until I met my husband now, I didn't realize that I needed that too. And that I needed that emotional and physical connection with someone, and then how beautiful and wonderful it could be. My husband and I have our ups and downs, but when it comes to that part, it's amazing. And I can honestly tell you that he has told me that I have taught him how to have that emotional connection, because he didn't have it before, and he didn't even really know how. And he realizes now how important that is. And he says he couldn't even imagine doing that without that connection now. I believe you can teach a guy. You can teach a guy what that means. And if you really love him, and he really loves you, he'll be willing to learn how to give you that if you let him. And there is hope, Jen, as long as you love him. And then when it comes to your kids, I did this for years. I gave everything away to my kids. And there was nothing left for myself. And that's not always good, because you know what? They grow up and they leave. And if you don't have a solid foundation and love for yourself, and a solid, good, healthy relationship with your husband, that when then they leave, what are you going to be left with? that relationship is very important, and that connection is very important. And I believe that you are the one that will lead the way for that connection to happen. Your husband doesn't know what to do. It's up to us to teach the men in our lives how to treat us. We teach them what that emotional connection means, and what it doesn't have to be hard either. It's just a matter of, I need this from you. And this is what makes me feel special. This is what I need from you. And believe me, if your husband loves you, I believe he'll do it. And with practice, it will become natural and it will become beautiful, and that's how it's supposed to be. I feel for you, girl. You are such a sweetheart. Just want to let you know that I'm here for you if you ever need anything. And, you know, it would help to have some counseling if you haven't already. Grief counseling. Maybe some couples counseling. I'm going through that right now, and it's not because of our sex life. It's because of our stubborn personalities and our communication skills. We need to learn how to fight fair, you know, and that's our problem. But I just want to tell you that you're not alone, and that it's important that you take care of Jen, and that you have that. You deserve that. You're still young. You don't want to give up on that emotional connection, and that it's a beautiful thing between a man and a woman, but it takes practice, and it takes teaching and learning and teaching him what you need. And I think that when you do that, it'll be okay. But I just wanted to tell you that I was very touched by your video, and I can relate. And your mom and your dad love you, and they don't ever want you to be miserable. They want you to be happy. So I hope that you can find that, and I hope I've helped you a little bit. I know that there's not much I can say, but I just wanted you to know that you're not alone and that I'm here for you. So, love you, sweetie. Take care. Bye.